Welcome to School of Computing. In this video, we will be discussing the programming foundations. In our previous video session, we have discussed the need for programming, and as part of programming foundations, we need to understand three foundational aspects. What are the functional units of computer, number systems, and memory addressing? So these three are very important before we actually begin our programming journey. Functional units of a computer, they discuss about the core components of a computer. Since our programs are executed inside a computer, we need to understand the basic components of a computer. Then followed by number system, and the most important one is memory addressing. And without understanding memory addressing, you cannot become a good programmer. So, friends, we start understanding these three foundational aspects one by one, and we begin with functional units of a computer. So, this is the block diagram of a computer. You can call it as block diagram of a computer. And our focus is on only two components. One is CPU, also called as processor, and the main memory. Friends, in any computer, we do have lot of components like CPU, main memory, you have keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, etc. We call them IO devices. So, our focus is on processor. CPU is also called as processor because our program is executed by CPU. So we need to understand the role of CPU and main memory. CPU interacts only with main memory directly. Please observe, CPU will always interact with main memory. In fact, it only interacts with main memory directly. All other components, all other IO devices, they interact with processor via main memory only. So this is called as system bus, which actually connects CPU and main memory. So the most important point to be noted is two basic elements, two basic elements of any program. Two basic elements means whatever may be the programming language, sir. Two basic elements of any program are code and data. So irrespective of the programming language, any program contains what? Any program contains only two components called as code and data. Code is executed by the processor and hence we are interested in processor. Data gets created in the main memory. So friends, data gets created here. Data gets created in the main memory. So we need to understand this main memory also. So the two basic elements of any program are code and data, and CPU and main memory play a very important role in our program execution. CPU executes the program and data gets created in the main memory. Data gets created in the main memory because CPU can access main memory directly. Hence, we need to understand how data will be accessed by the processor to and from main memory, which is nothing but the memory addressing concept. So, friends, look at this block diagram. CPU, also called as processor, It's an electronic device, right? It cannot understand the instructions given by us in any high level language like English. So, since it's an electronic device, whatever instructions we give should be in the form of ones and zeros because it understands only the binary instructions. So, friends, before we actually start our programming journey, we need to understand the number systems as well. Means what kind of number system the CPU understands and what number system we actually use. So before we move on to number systems, we need to have a basic idea of this particular block diagram. So in this block diagram, the most important point to be noted is CPU and main memory. And remember, CPU always interacts with main memory only. And whatever data you create in your program gets created in the main memory, and execution of program is the responsibility of processor. So this is the block diagram of a computer, and this everyone has to remember forever because this is going to play a very important role, because whenever we write program as a programmer, we need to have clear understanding of what data we are creating and where the data gets created, how the data gets stored in the main memory, and how CPU will access it. So as part of block diagram, this is the basic information which I wanted to explain you. In fact, this block diagram can be explored in detail, like how IO devices interact with CPU. But as of now, to kickstart your programming journey, the basic information like CPU interacts with main memory and your data gets created in main memory, this much information and this much awareness is more than enough to kickstart your programming journey, friends. So I hope this gives you a this gave you a basic understanding of block diagram of a computer and the functional units of a computer, and I hope this video session gave you a great learning experience, and in the upcoming session we will discuss number systems. Thank you.